Joining me now to discuss all this, he's a member of the House Intelligence and Ways and Means Committees and a veteran, Florida Congressman Greg Steube, back on the program. Mr. Steube, nice to see you.
Hey, Dan. How's it going?
Well, how's it going? For the folks in the cheap seats, can you please explain more in detail how the taking of a ship is different than blasting narco-terrorist drug smugglers out of the water? And I'll explain why after you chime in, because I got a great clip I got to run and get your take on, but go ahead.
Yeah, so according to AG Bondi, who posted shortly after what occurred yesterday, this is a sanctioned Venezuela vessel that is operating in illicit sanctioned oil to elicit terrorist regimes that support terrorist operations. The Iranians, the Venezuelans, and the Cubans all support terrorist organizations. They use oil to fund a lot of those different terrorist activities. So this was a vessel that has been sanctioned by the United States military or United States government. It is sanctioned oil that's been sanctioned by the United States government, operating in international waters in violation of international sanctions. And obviously the president has full authority to do the actions that he took today or yesterday.
Amen. Thank you. Okay, here's for the folks that just don't get it, like the media. So on the Hill today, I think she's a British reporter, goes off on Senator Schmidt about what America did and tries to compare the taking of the sanctioned ship to us blowing narco boats out of the water. And she asked this moronic question. Roll it.
If you can seize an oil tanker without killing anyone, shouldn't that have been the way that these fishing boats were also stopped?
Fishing boats? What is a fishing boat?
Well,
the drug runners?
The drug runners.
Those aren't fishing boats.
Yeah, but
those aren't fishing boats.
If you can
they're
seize a vessel
they're
without
turbocharged.
violence.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Article 2 authority. The president, as the commander-in-chief, has identified and designated terrorist organizations who are cartels who run drugs that kill 100,000 Americans a year. So there's no legal question that he has the legal ability to blow those boats out of the water, and they will continue. This, however, these were economic sanctions by the president as delegated by Congress. Those were enforced by civil authorities with the aid of the U.S. Navy. So we're talking about two very different things. But if you're asking me if I have sympathy for narco-terrorists killing Americans whose boats they're carrying the drugs that kill Americans, I don't. I have sympathy for my neighbors in Missouri who've been poisoned, who die. And we finally have a president who cares about them more than the Democrats care about going down to El Salvador to drink margaritas with terrorists.
Senator,
that's how I feel about it.
Oof. I think she got a little lesson there from Senator Schmidt, but maybe as a veteran and getting briefed on top secret and classified stuff, you can explain to folks why we don't board those drug boats and seize them like we did the tanker. That was that reporter's question. Why don't you go just save their lives and bring and get the drugs instead of blasting them like you did with the big boat?
Yeah, 800,000 Americans have died since 2014 due to drug overdoses. All of that's coming in through the southern border. They've identified these different vessels. These are definitely not fishing boats. I love the way that Senator Schmidt responded to that. He's a former AG of Missouri, so he's obviously very knowledgeable of the law as well. One of these other issues that have popped up is, after we shoot them and they're there, if we engage them again, it's a violation of the, law of war and all of that. That's an absolute lie. Trying to cascade these people as fishermen that are due the protections of the Geneva Conventions is a lie. They are belligerents, drug traffickers operating in international waters. They do not get the protection of the Geneva Conventions. I was the chief of detainee operations for M&D North when I served in Iraq as a judge advocate general, and they don't get the protection of the Geneva Conventions because they're not fighting for some type of other country's military. There's a whole procedure. We posted it on Twitter. If you follow my Twitter, I actually cited the DOD reference, cited the Geneva Conventions. These people do not get protection on the Geneva Conventions. And taking a step further, like what Senator Schmidt said, they've been designated as a foreign terrorist organization, and the president has broad authorities to protect our country from terrorists.
Amen, amen, and amen. I feel like the Democrats and the liberal media are taking what they did when the deportation started, 9-10 months ago, with that Obregon Garcia clown calling him a Maryland father and acted like he was a legal citizen. They're now switching and shifting, supporting narco drug dudes and calling them fishermen, right? This is the new Maryland man. It's the fishermen. You're hurting fishermen, Greg. This is just, last question's a simple one. The Democrats are trying to hold Pete Hegseth and all use feet to the fire by saying, we want all the video, especially the double strike on September 2nd, but we want all the strike videos. They should be transparent. We want to see that you're not doing anything illegal. Do you support it? Because I do. Let's see all the video. I love watching these videos.
Yeah, as long as we're not giving classified information and sources and methods of how we're doing that, sure, let the American people see that these aren't fishing boats or shrimping boats. These are high-speed boats that are meant and built specifically to traffic drugs, and you can probably see all of the drugs in a lot of these videos.
You can.
And see that we're taking care of that and protecting America.
I know. Greg, I don't know why there's thousands of idiots on here saying that we're doing something illegal and bad and hurting innocent people. You can literally see on the video the massive wrapped packages. Them ain't fish. It's packages of drugs. Anyway, I know you got to run and vote and stuff. As always, Congressman Steube, thank you for weighing in
Good to see
and
you.
giving us some facts. Nice seeing you. God bless and Merry Christmas.